Another day, another VTuber drama. What a year. 2025, the most cursed year for VTuber fans ever.
Okay, so it seems like we've got a little bit of an update on the whole Fillion situation. Now, if you don't know, we talked about Fillion quite a lot recently, especially to do with the VTuber Awards, which is obviously an award show that she founded and obviously, helped out with presenting and everything like that. And they obviously got dropped by the company We Play Studios, which is a production company that essentially produced the entire event. But now there's been an interesting kind of development in this kind of stuff, and this is to do with her email. Now, obviously, if you don't know, Fillion has been a part of Mythic Talent. I'm not sure exactly for how long, but she has been a part of it. And also, something very important to note here is that the VTuber Awards was also a collaboration between We Play Studios, the one that obviously dropped out, and then Mythic Talent.
Yeah, they dropped out because Filian was like making videos with Russian people, and the company, the production company, is Ukrainian. They are like founded and based in Ukraine. So they were like, hey, we can't really support this, right? Like, I get people, people were mad that they dropped her or they dropped the event. But I get it. Listen, I don't view any of the sides as villains really, because the company, let's be honest, if they were based in any other country in the world, it would be kind of ridiculous. But Ukraine is in a war with Russia, right? Which, like, yes, drop in whole event because one of the hosts made a video or two, with Russian citizens, not even like the Russian government or something. It's kind of too much, but I get it. They're in a war, so they probably have to act like more, more patriotic than normally. Which, like I said, no bad feelings to no ill will to either of the sides of the story. To be honest, I understand. They're based in Ukraine. They're in war. They probably didn't want to drop it, but like people were probably mad. Like fellow Ukrainians were probably mad. They didn't want to look like dumbasses, or Russian bitches or something. So they just dropped. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's what I think.
But now, if you go back to any of my videos, you can see her email was like fillion@mythictalent.com, something along those lines. But now it's changed to info@filliontv.com, removing the Mythic Talent out of her bio, pretty much hinting at the fact that she is no longer a part of Mythic Talent. Now, we don't exactly know why this is. There hasn't been any official announcement on why this has happened, but it definitely is something that has happened in the past couple of days, if not hours, which a lot of people have started to point out and started to kind of question what has really happened. And, obviously, a lot of the time, changing of an email doesn't really mean much. And so I just double checked as well. If you go to the Mythic Talent website, obviously they display all of the talent on here, every single one, no matter size, controversy or whatever, it doesn't matter. Literally all of the talent that they work with is here, and if you literally just search Fillion, nothing comes up, and obviously that pretty much signifies that Fillion is no longer a part of Mythic Talent, or is no longer being managed by Mythic Talent, which is very, very interesting. Now, obviously, we don't know why this is at all. Maybe it could have something to do with the VTuber Awards. Maybe it could just be Fillion leaving out of her own volition.
Or maybe just the contract ran out, you know what I'm saying, and she was like, hey, fuck it. But let's be honest, like, these manager, companies and whatever the fuck VTuber corporations, like at the end of the day, if you're a little bit, at least a little bit business savvy, you can talk to people. You don't really have to need it. You don't really need a manager. Let's be honest. Even though regarding Fillian's size as a content creator, I think that she kind of needs a manager. But at the end of the day, I think that majority of people don't need managers right now. Do you know what I mean? So maybe she got someone else. Maybe just the contract ran out. Maybe they wanted like a bigger percentage, of her income. Whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Or it could also be a plethora of other things. We know that obviously Mythic Talent tend to actually take quite a big cut. Well, not quite a big cut, but like they take a cut of money, which obviously could be concerning for some VTubers and for some talent that are working with them. And maybe they weren't doing enough to the point where obviously Fillion really needed them. But obviously that isn't the only kind of possibility. It also could have something to do with obviously the fact of the VTuber Awards and that getting dropped and her kind of interacting with Russian streamers. Now, it would be pretty ridiculous if Mythic Talent also have dropped her for the same reason as WePlay Studios. WePlay Studios was a little bit more understandable due to their Ukrainian background, but as far as I know, Mythic hasn't had any kind of background with that, and obviously they probably support Ukraine.
That's what I said. If they were based anywhere else, hilarious. But they are not based anywhere else. They are based in Ukraine, right? Which makes sense. A little overboard, but understandable.
Things like that. But at the end of the day, we looked at the kind of extent of her interactions with kind of Russian streamers and things, and it really wasn't that insane. You know, obviously, I think
she just went on stream, found like a random Russian VTuber on Twitch, and talked to her. Or two Russian fucking VTubers, just random fucking people, talk to them for a few minutes. That's it.
One of them raided into her one time. She talked to them. She also did a collaboration with another VTuber. But at the same time, you know, it really wasn't anything too crazy. And obviously, WePlay Studios are well in their right to drop people. But, you know, a lot of people were mad. And I think, honestly, it wasn't the best decision. And I think it could have been easily worked around. And also, as well, we exposed the fact that WePlay Studios have actually been very hypocritical in terms of who they're working with. For example, obviously, they dropped Filion for the Russian kind of ties, literally just talking to Russian people, right? But they still work with Hoyoverse on the I forgot what it's called, the Carnival like card game thing. They got a card game event, and essentially, yeah, if you don't know, Hoyoverse still hold collaborations in Russia even after the war had broken out.
And do you want to know the reason? Money, right? Easily, right? Like how much money did they make on the VTuber Awards? Probably way less that they're gonna make by, you know, with the collaboration with Hoyoverse. Let's be honest, Hoyoverse is massive, and even though they have like fucking Russian ties, actual Russian ties, unlike Philly, that was just talking to Russian people, right? Russian people, not fucking Russian government, you know what I'm saying? Just people. Yeah, the money is the reason, right? Like they're gonna make shit ton of money with Hoyoverse, so they kind of, you know, they turn their blind eye on it. They'd be like, hey, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But if the money wasn't there with the Hoyoverse, they would drop him as well. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Or if the VTuber Awards was worth more, right? Worth more money for them, they wouldn't drop Filion. It is what it is.
And all of the fighting had begun over that. So obviously, again, it seems like Hoyoverse are still a part of WePlay Studios, and WePlay Studios are still working with them. But for some reason, Filion is the one that gets kicked because she talked to some Russian people a couple of times. Like, I think that's pretty crazy. But obviously, yeah, we don't know if this Mythic Talent thing has anything to do with the VTuber Awards, and whether it's because of, you know, WePlay Studios dropping them, Mythic Talent have also gone and done the same. Or again, I said it could be a plethora of things. It could be Filion maybe not wanting to get Mythic Talent in the hot water, so they mutually agreed for her to leave. That could also be a possibility. It could just be that she wanted to leave for her own reasons, whether it was to do with the money, whether it was to do with literally anything else. Maybe she just didn't want to be represented anymore or whatever. That could also be a possibility. It could also be a possibility of maybe the contract ran out and, you know, there wasn't any time left on that, and they just wanted to separate after the contract ran out. Again, it could be for very, very multiple reasons, but the thing is with Filion, she tends to stay quite quiet on a lot of this kind of stuff, and that might be to her benefit or to her detriment, because obviously, as we talked about in the last video with the VTuber Awards, they have not said anything about the WePlay Studios stuff.
Well, I think it's a good move, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't do nothing wrong. She doesn't have to explain anything, really. She didn't do anything, to be honest. She just talked to some Russian people, and the production company dropped her and her event. You know what I'm saying? Like, what should she talk about? You know what I'm saying? She doesn't want the drama, right, with the production company. Understand? I think it's a good move.
Filion hasn't said much. I haven't really seen anything in terms of clips or anything coming from her stream. Maybe she's talked about it loosely, but, you know, obviously there's no clips, no official statement, no YouTube video, no nothing talking about WePlay Studios dropping them. And to be honest, I don't think there's going to be any response from Filion from her leaving Mythic. What it seems like is, with the changing of emails and things, she just kind of wanted to do it quietly and hope that maybe some people just wouldn't notice. But obviously, a lot of people have noticed this one small detail, and it definitely kind of adds a little bit more of a different layer to this situation, I'd say. Because at first, it was just kind of like oh, that sucks. WePlay Studios, you know, obviously dropped out because of that, and that sucks, and they might have to find a new production company. But now, obviously, it's WePlay Studios and Mythic Talent, the two powerhouses behind this award show. and now they have both dropped out, which is very interesting. Obviously, as you know, like the VTuber Awards contact is VTuber Awards at Mythic Talent, so it is still primarily done by Mythic Talent. So I wonder if there's going to be any changes of that. Will Fillion run, the VTuber Awards in the future? Maybe Mythic Talent will find a different VTuber. For example, there's many VTubers that are with Mythic Talent still. I'm pretty sure, obviously, she had like a co-host or someone up there with her, being Shylily. I'm pretty.
Here's the deal, right? Like the fact that she isn't in Mythic Talent no more doesn't mean that she can't collaborate with him, right? So like I think this is way too early. You know what I'm saying? And, like, listen, if they drop her, this is her baby. You know, everyone thinks of Fillion, I guess, when they think about VTuber Awards, right? So will people watch this event without her? I don't think so. But I'm basing this opinion on feelings only. So don't take it seriously at all. By the way, if you're taking anything I say seriously, get some help.
Sure she is still part of Mythic. She is still part of Mythic, so maybe they might get her up there instead. But again, obviously, Fillion is the host. Obviously, Fillion was a really big part of what went on with the VTuber Awards. But I wonder if it is going to continue with her or not, considering this Mythic Talent dropout. Because again, the VTuber Awards have not updated anything to do with their info. They haven't updated the We Play Studios tag, they haven't updated the Mythic Talent tag, and they haven't updated anything since really the show ended, which is very interesting because it kind of.
Yeah, maybe they done. Maybe the production company dropped out, Fillion dropped out of Mythic, so they are like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Why would they make another one?
Kind of puts into perspective who really owns the event. Is it Fillion that is the one that's behind this? And maybe Fillion will then have to go ahead and find different production companies and things to run it, or is it Mythic Talent and We Play Studios that collectively own the event, and that Fillion was just placed there as a host and obviously came up with the idea or whatever, and now that she is not a part of either of them and they are not working with her anymore, maybe we are going to see a different host or a different kind of way it's run. I'm not really sure, but I think it does suck because I think Fillion was a very good kind of person to have there presenting the awards. She has a obviously a very over-the-top personality, which is great to have as a kind of award show hoster. But again, obviously, it seems like something might be going on behind the scenes. But again, obviously, it could be a multitude of reasons why she's left Mythic Talent and things like that. But it does kind of concern me what this leaving or what this removing, because again, it could be removed even, she could have been kicked out. We don't know. Again, it could be literally anything. It kind of interests me, her actually, not being a part of Mythic Talent anymore, how this is going to affect the VTuber Awards going forwards, because we haven't had any news about VTuber Awards 2025 or if anything's going to happen, which obviously sucks because, the previous ones were so good. They had so many sponsors, so many different things. As I mentioned in my last
Yeah, anime girls hosting award show for different anime girls. Right, one of them wearing fucking bikini. I love the internet. The best place ever.
Video like a couple of videos ago. I literally have the card from whenever they hosted it of Fillion and Shylily from I think that was the 2024. Yeah, so that was literally the last VTuber Awards, which obviously went so smoothly. But obviously, it seems like something may be changing with that, whether it's a change of host, change of production company, we'll have to find out. But again, it doesn't really help that all of these people are silent about this kind of stuff because we have no clue what is going on. But obviously, I'll keep you guys up to date if there is any kind of updates to this. Obviously, this is a situation that is spanning over a pretty long period of time. So again, obviously, if We Play Studios, Mythic Talent, Fillion, anyone comes out with any kind of information about this kind of stuff, I'll keep you guys up to date because it is a very interesting topic and it will be interesting to see how the VTuber Awards will continue moving forwards, if it even does continue in the first place. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video,
that's the thing, right? Like I don't think they're gonna make another one, to be honest. Right, like last post was December 15th, 2024. I don't know, brother. It's like almost a year, right? Like it's edging on the 1 year mark, right? So I think they would be posting at least something, right? Like by the time being 22nd of August 2025, I think they would say something if they was making another one for this year. I'm saying but again, I might be wrong. But yeah, that's it. I think that the VTuber Awards without Fillion won't be as successful. I think that's an I think that's pretty fair statement right here, right? I think you would agree with me. But listen, who am I? What do I know? Nothing. Link to the original video in the description as usual. My name is Frank, and yeah, that's it. Like and subscribe. See you later.